Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Dragon Mama Plans. I am going to work a little bit today on my memory planner. It's a very slow process for me. I've just started doing this not too long ago and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But I've already picked out my pictures, kind of figured out where I want to put them, and it took me forever to pick washi tape because I don't like how the pictures are just a tiny bit smaller than the openings on the page, so I just find some way to work with it. But I'll go ahead and get started. I'm planning for the week, let's see, this is the week of October 16th to the 22nd, I think. And that was the week that I went to see my daughter and my son-in-law and their two little girls, and I took my youngest daughter with me too, so we could go and enjoy my granddaughter's birthday party. She turned 1 in October. She's just such a sweetheart. Her big sister Haven there. And let's see, this is my son and my husband over here. So I'm going to get started. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and stick the pictures down. Sometimes I like to go ahead and do that first. Sometimes I want to try to mess with everything and see if that's exactly where I want them all to go. But I'm going to just use, I don't have anything special. I just have my little tape runner here that I got at Walmart. I live kind of out away from everything, so most of my stuff I have to try to get it at Walmart. I got some adhesive on my desk and on my picture. That's all right. Okay. So the reason for the name of my channel, Dragon Mama Plans, is that I have 2 bearded dragons. All of my kids are grown, so my dragons are my babies. And they're so much fun. I never in a million years dreamed that I would own reptiles. But my son, right here, he started it all because he ended up getting a gecko and started going to reptile shows, and he took me with him because he was trying to kind of get me not afraid of snakes anymore. He decided to, he's wanted a snake for a long time, and I always would tell him no, absolutely not, there's never going to be a snake in my house. Just don't even think about that. So he started taking me to these reptile shows, and they were really kind of neat. I kind of, at first I took a really wide path around all the tables that had the snakes on them, even though I knew that they were in containers and they weren't going to be able to get out or come out and get me in any way. I still was kind of like, nah, I don't really like that. But he kept taking me, and I would kind of get a little bit more brave and a little bit more brave, and I'd kind of look at him a little bit, and then he actually helps a friend of his that is a vendor at a lot of these reptile shows. She is the one that he got his gecko from, the very first one. And so he would go to a lot of them, and his friend would bring some of her different things that she had. She brought her geckos that she was selling, but she also had several snakes as pets. So he eventually got me to hold one of them, and it was okay. It was a little scary at first, but then they put it on my neck and realized that, hey, this is a pretty good little massage. So I kind of eased up a little bit, and I actually ended up letting my daughter get a snake, and this actually was pretty much a year ago. She found a white one that it's really pretty. And he's not an albino. Excuse me. Lots of stuff in the air right now with all the construction going on at my work and just the weather changing back and forth here. But anyway, she ended up getting that one first. That was the first snake we had, and I was like, that's fine. Their snakes don't eat live food. They get frozen mice and rats, and I don't have to see those because that's like That's the one thing that I don't like. I'm not scared of reptiles anymore, but I do not like mice or rats. They freak me out. So now, jumping ahead, I have the 2 dragons. My son has, I think, 14 different geckos and lizards and 3 snakes, and my daughter has 2 snakes and 2 lizards. That's the 2 that still live at home, my daughter and my youngest daughter and my son. And I just really can't believe that I let them do that. But anyway, that's where the Dragon Mama Plans name comes from, because I have my 2 dragons and they're just my babies. So that's kind of just a history. But we also have 5 cats that live in our house. This is one of my dragons. This is Samantha, and she's really silly. She just, I don't know, she just sprawls all out every time I turn around. She's always laying funny in her cage. I do take them out and let them run around a little bit. We have, I think I said we also have 5 cats that live in our house, and the cats and the dragons get along great. They don't mind each other. Sometimes my one orange cat is really kind of curious about what's going on with him. He's a little bit too curious sometimes, but he always kind of backs off before anything happens. But it's kind of a zoo here at our house, if you couldn't tell. But anyway, I'm kind of new, like I said, to the memory planning. It's really neat. I was a scrapbooker for years and years and kind of slacked off on it because I just didn't have time to do it. But this is so much easier. It's on a smaller scale. It's fairly quick to do 1 page and work on 1 thing per week. It's nice to do that way. Kind of surprising that I actually found a quiet time to do this video. Usually my husband is right behind me playing his game on his Xbox, but he's actually at work today. This is Saturday, and he works most Saturdays. So I thought I'd try to find a little quiet time to try my first video. And kind of feeling a little weird sitting here talking to no one, but that's okay. Right, and you might notice I've got some pictures that I'm using adhesive on. Some I've got that are have the adhesive backing already. I'm so far behind on my memory planning that I went ahead. I have a Kodak Verite printer, I guess that's how you say it. And so, since I had so many pictures I needed to print out, instead of just printing them all with my Sprocket, I fixed it where there were 4 per 4x6 print and printed those out on my regular printer so that I could get a lot more done quickly and a little bit less expensively. And it worked out pretty good. I do kind of like the colors in the ones that I printed on the computer a little bit better than the ones I printed on the Sprocket. Like this one and this one I know were from the Sprocket, and I think this one was too. The others I did on my other printer, and they really turned out good, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that one for right now. I kind of tried to figure out what I wanted to do a little bit before I started the video. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna work this, but we'll just kind of go along and see. Hopefully I can figure out how to edit this video so that some of the more boring parts can be edited out or at least sped up, but we'll have to see. Gotta learn something new, don't I? I like that. I'm mostly gonna use the memory keeping sticker books. I had that one sticker picked out already for that. Let's see. I was going to try to incorporate these papers in there, but I ended up not liking it, so I just took them out. Let's see. What kind of things can I use? This over here is my daughter's leopard gecko, and he has gotten so big. He was tiny when she first got him, and she'll bring him up here every once in a while and set him down on my desk, and he just likes to look around and check things out. But he's funny because he always looks like he's smiling. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of pause for just a second, and I'm gonna look for some more stickers, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I went through a bunch of my stickers and I picked some out that I think might work well with all this. So here we are again. Let's see. I just love these chipboard stickers. I hope they don't make my memory planner too bulky. I try not to use them a whole lot, but I used some last week too. Not last week, but the last week that's in here. I saw this one. I like this one for up here. My husband, he was playing with the cat. This is Colby Jack, our youngest cat that we have, and he is just always crazy, always running around, always just going nuts. So my husband tackled him on the bed that day and made him stop and get some loving. Colby Jack wasn't sure what to think about it, but I think in the end he was good with it. And the girls, I thought I'd put this one down here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Wild at Heart. I think that one would work well for up here. My son's got a little hedgehog with him. That was taken when he was at one of the shows. He was actually in somewhere in Illinois that day. There's a great big reptile show that they have up there, and there's always hedgehogs and other different exotic animals at these shows. So he had fun with that. It's hard to get a good picture of my son because he tries to stay out of the pictures as much as possible. But his friend took that, and I just kind of pulled it off of Facebook because I gotta have a good picture of my son once in a while. Let's see. Okay, so that was weird. My phone rang. I am filming with my phone because I don't have something yet that my iPad can be held up with that will fit behind my desk. I have just this little small, I guess it's really an antique desk that I got at a thrift store for $10, and I painted it with chalk paint, and I've just absolutely loved it. It's got drawers in it. I really love it. It's just so pretty. But it's all the way against the wall in my room, and it doesn't leave me much room to work, much less have a tripod behind it. So I'm just still working on that. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want this one or this one over here for my granddaughter's birthday. I'm gonna go ahead and see what else I can find for some of the other parts of the page first. I do think I want to use this down here for my little Samantha. She cracks me up because she does stuff like this all the time. She lays in such weird ways. Silly Samantha. Let's see. Do I want one of these? Not yet, maybe later. Well, I think actually I might be done except for my journaling. I think I'm going to do that off screen because I won't be able to talk at the same time, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost done. I do still have to put this one down, and I've got a couple other things that I think I want to put on there. But I really enjoy doing memory planning. It is, as my friend from high school pointed out, memory planning is kind of a strange term, I guess you could say, but we all know what it means. I guess I could say memory keeping instead. I'm putting it down crooked. I guess it's gonna be crooked because it's not coming back up. And I can't talk while I write, so bear with me a second. This is really the first, I think this is the first week that I haven't drawn lines for all my journaling. I'm really kind of, I don't know, it really kind of freaks me out not to have a straight line to work on because I'm terrible about getting things crooked. Let's see, where did that, there's a balloon I want to put over here. And I think that's about it. I think that's going to be done once I find that again. Where did it go? I thought it was in this book. Yes, there it is. I like this little green one. Doesn't want to stay on the table. Yes, I like that there. And I may end up putting something over here too. I don't know if I'm going to write something down over there or if I'm going to find a sticker for over there. But everybody, that is my memory keeping page for this week in October. It is the 16th. 17, 18, 19, no, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 16th to 22nd. And it was the last couple of days of my vacation, and then I had to go back to work, and then that Friday night, my youngest daughter and I went over to Kansas City to see my grandbaby. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I do plan to put out more. Thanks, guys. Bye.